Years ago, I found this poster on the internet. If you have food in your fridge, clothes on your back, a roof over your head, and a place to sleep, you are richer than 75% of the world. If you have money in the bank and savings, you are among the top 8% of the world's wealthy. You have never experienced the danger of battle, the agony of imprisonment or torture, or the horrible pangs of starvation. You are luckier than 500 million people alive and suffering. If you can read this message, you are more fortunate than the people in the world who cannot read at all. Of course, the world has improved a lot since this message came out. Higher literacy rates, more safety, and more people with access to basic necessities. And the wealth gap in urbanized countries is striking. It's tough with inflation out there. According to a 2021 report by Oxfam, the top 1% of the world's population holds more wealth than the bottom 99% combined. The report also states that the richest 10% of the world's population holds 85% of the world's total wealth. The same report states that in 2020, the world's billionaires saw their wealth increase by 3.9 trillion US dollars, while the poorest half of the world's population saw their wealth decline by 11%. It's incredibly easy to look at our own country, where we have luxury items as necessities, the option to have whatever food we want delivered to our doorsteps, and the privilege to choose what we do with our time, to be disillusioned with the wealth gaps here. But privilege extends way further than analyzing the lives of ultra-high net worth individuals. Flight tickets, dining out, and gas, they're all expensive. It is tough to raise a family today. The fact remains, however, that we actually have unbelievable lives and are quite rich compared to the rest of the world. Let me illustrate. 5 million children die every year before they turn 5. The leading causes of death, which include pneumonia, malaria, and diarrhea, are all preventable. One of these kids could have been the next phenom in athletics, in science, in entrepreneurship, but they just simply didn't have a chance. The average annual salary in countries like Afghanistan, Haiti, and Ethiopia is around $300. My iPhone is worth more than the money that 3 people make all year. 85% of the world population, they live on less than $30 a day. That means 6.5 billion people. That's easily less than a dinner for 2 here. According to the United Nations, nearly 9% of the world lives in extreme poverty, which means they're living on less than $1.90 daily. This is 1 in 10 people on the planet. Honestly, what can you even buy for under $2, even counting the currency exchanges in different countries? That's just the money aspect. Let's talk about basic necessities like water. Nearly 1 in 4 people around the world don't have access to clean drinking water. Nearly half of the world's population doesn't have adequate sanitation. Countless people die from diseases we don't even think about, like cholera and typhoid fever. 1 in 5 children globally do not have access to essential immunizations. 1.6 billion people don't even have adequate shelter. When's the last time you were actually starving? 2.3 billion people face extreme levels of food insecurity. That's roughly a third of the global population. 3.1 billion people around the world could not afford a healthy diet, and 45 million children under the age of 5 are severely malnourished. 9 million people die every year from hunger. We can protest, practice our own religion, write what we want, and marry whomever we choose. In many countries, we could be put to death for any of those. There are countless freedoms like that we all take for granted. I could go on, but the reality is, these figures are hard to realize and very difficult to imagine. I don't worry about showering, finding water, exercising, calling my friends, choosing what I want to work on, exploring ways to make money, eating whatever I want, having a toilet, having great internet access. These are expected for me. I'll likely never have to worry about them. So, absolutely, groceries are definitely getting expensive. Gym memberships are too. So are houses. It's hard to find a good deal on clothing. Finances are tough, and it's tough to visualize what a millionaire is even. But just the fact that you're watching this means you are unbelievably rich. You're part of half the world that has access to the internet. The hierarchy of needs is a theory in psychology developed by Abraham Maslow in the 1940s. Theory proposes that human beings have different levels of needs that should be fulfilled in order for them to reach their full potential. The needs are arranged in a hierarchical order, with the most basic needs at the bottom of the pyramid and the most complex needs at the top. The 5 levels of needs in order of importance are: 1. Physiological needs. These are the most basic needs that must be met in order for survival, such as food, water, shelter, and warmth. 2. Safety. Individuals will seek safety and security, such as the need for protection from harm, instability, and unpredictability. 3. Love and belonging. As safety and physiological needs are met, individuals will seek to form and maintain relationships. 4. Esteem. This includes the need for self-esteem, self-respect, and the respect of others. And 5, at the top, self-actualization. This is the highest level of needs, and the need to fulfill one's potential and reach one's full potential. This includes the need for personal growth, self-expression, and self-fulfillment. When you haven't even secured the basics of this pyramid, how can you even think about school, career, or relationships? So, is this meant to shy you away from money? Absolutely not. If anything, it's meant to motivate you to make the most out of your situation, make as much money as possible, and perhaps use some of it to do some more good in the world. If you've ever talked to anyone in a developing country, you can see their eyes light up in wonder and awe when you say America. There is a ton to fix in our nation, yes, but it represents a dream to a lot of people. Being in America in a lot of ways is like hitting the human jackpot. Privilege in more ways than money. Be grateful, and thank you for watching. If you want to dive deeper into finding your purpose and understanding what to do with your career, check out our essay at manuedakara.com/purpose.